2E live and direct. Introduce yourself, brother, to the universe.
It's your boy, Crates Never Empty. You already know how I go. Upcoming DJ in the city, ready to talk about all things culture, music, and for the people. You see it.
Yeah. So tell the people what you do,
Full story. I produce music. I also DJ, but DJing right now is at the forefront over the production.
So how long you been doing the DJs thing for?
3 years ongoing. To date, 3 years right now. I've been producing music on and off for about 7-8 years.
So like your experience, why did you want to get really doing the DJ thing?
That's a great question, and for me, it's a myriad of things. It's definitely layered. It's kind of like an onion, but I would say for top three things for me getting into DJing was one, as a producer, you have to have some type of format of way of performing your records. So that was one part and one aspect of it for me. Another one is as a patron of parties and a party goer here in Toronto and the GTA area, I wanted to curate spaces that were unique and different from the spaces that I was invited to and enjoying, solely because I was running into a sense of boredom where I would see some DJs and I'm hearing the same set over and over, or as new music was coming out, I'm not being introduced to new music. I'm just hearing what's popular right now, and I just got tired of that. So once I got the opportunity to DJ and realized the responsibility and the power that comes with that, I was like, all right, well, I gotta try and take it up to another level.
So what's your favorite music to spin, or you get a request to play most of the time?
I think what's most popular right now would definitely be Afrobeats, Amapiano, anything under that umbrella, because there is many subgenres of Afrobeats. But for me personally, what do I personally like to spin? I like to spin dancehall, or anything Afrobeats, in EDM music as well, house music as well. That has to be in there. House music is definitely a great vibe.
So how do you start off with your selection most of the time? Is it up tempo, or you do?
Well, that's a great question. And I get that question kind of often. For me personally, it depends on the environment that I'm in. It depends on what I'm hired for. If I was throwing my own event, again, it depends. My first party that I ever did that I headlined was called Wine and Jam. So I'm sure just by the title alone, you could already kind of assume what you're gonna get. It was dancehall, soca, Afrobeats, hip hop. You know what I mean? I have another event actually coming up in June, called Bass Blitz, and that is a Afrocentric focused rave. So
Afrocentric.
Yeah. Let that one.
When is that again?
So we throwing a rave.
Yeah.
But the music that you're gonna get is Black house music and Afro house, Afro tech.
That's been around for a long time.
Yeah, but it's not
promoted. Though.
Yeah, it's not promoted at all. And where can you go if you're a fan of this music? Where can you go to hear it? You just listening to it at home. You're not going out to hear that shit.
No, you're not hearing it in the clubs
at all. You know what I mean? And if you are, you're going to a specific kind of space, at a specific kind of place, at a specific time. You're not here. It's not a weekly event that you're going to hear this.
It's a special event. So wait, when is this again?
June 8th. We're planning it for.
Because I know, I heard of, for example, now it's funny that you're talking about this, right? Yeah. Because I follow all different pages. People are artists. There's this artist in America. I don't want to say it wrong. His name Electric Company, I think his name. It spells with K.
Yeah.
Right, and he has a band. But it's electric funk, how they kind of like George Clinton, but a newer version.
Yeah.
And there's a following. There's a lot of people who
listen.
So there's different. We have different type of music.
You know what? One thing that I always try to do. If somebody was to ask me what kind of DJ are you specifically, I would consider myself an open format DJ, and all that means is you play all genres.
Yeah,
that's all that means, right? So when I go into spaces that are predominantly Black, I'm gonna give you what you want.
Yeah,
but I think it's my job to also try and sneak in some shit. Yeah, it's just some shit that you probably wouldn't ever discover
That's
or
the
be
point. Isn't that the point
of going out. That's what.
of the DJ or
All
the
right,
sound man or what is
all
selector,
right.
whatever you want to say?
So I'll say two things. I grew up in a family of DJs. My grandfather played vinyl records.
Yeah.
My uncles had a sound called Love Star.
Mm.
So I grew up, and that's a part of how I got my name was my uncle came to see me. We was hanging out. It was my birthday. He said, "Yo, you're a big man now. Come drink some Heineken with me." And my daddy, I sit down and I reason. And I said to him, "Man, I got to give you your flowers because you're the reason why I have such a deep love and appreciation for music." And he received everything I was saying, and we were joking around. I said to him, "It's kind of crazy though that now that I'm thinking about it, when they used to play out, I was never allowed to carry the crates with the records.
Yeah.
They used to cuss and say you're too young, you're too young.
Yeah.
I don't want you to forget something. This and that, this and that." So they would always force me, like I wasn't allowed to carry nothing else except the wires. So now as a big man and we're having this conversation, I look at my uncle and I say, "Yo, you know what's crazy about this?"
Oh,
Yeah, I said,
I'm starting to get it.
Yeah.
Go on.
I said,
Keep
you
going.
know what's crazy about this? You guys thought that you was giving me the bitch job. But had I messed up in any capacity, no sound couldn't string up.
Yeah.
Because if I forgot the power cord, if I forgot the XLR cord for the speaker, no, you cannot play no music. So
Well,
you could have had all the
mind
records.
me asking you, did they wanted the importance of some of the chords?
No, it was simply
like
you are baby, you're the youngest one out of
okay.
my cousins and them.
Yeah.
So you're not strong enough, you're not responsible enough to help to carry the speakers, to carry the records.
No. What I mean by like, yo, this is for this mix.
Yeah, no,
this
they weren't
is for
teaching me.
you know,
No, it's pick up them.
Not specifically, but
No.
you said this is important.
This
we need
wasn't.
it for this.
No, it wasn't
Need
to
it for
teach
that.
me shit.
Oh,
It
okay,
was
all right.
we are pack up, pick up them something up on the ground. It was that type of situation. It was not like, okay, this is an XLR, this is RCA, this is for the microphone, this is for the. Nah, it was none of that. It was take that shit up, put it in the U-Haul, and make sure you get it done quick. That was the energy. So we're having that convo, and I said, yeah, it's crazy that that's what it was. And so initially, because when I started getting back into music, I am and was producing house music. I wanted to make house music. What I call my kind of music is EBM. So there's electronic dance music. That's what everybody knows it as. I make that, but my subgenre is electronic bubbling music. Because I come from the dancehall era of bubbling. You see it? And I'm trying to make music that when we hear it, you go to a rave, but they play my record, you're not dancing like everybody else because the music has soul.
So there's an influence of like you're saying, like electronic music.
You see what I'm saying?
With like
just blackness,
like dance,
blackness.
Just
it's
like
black electronic music.
Just like how they say Italian pizza.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, like when I'm sourcing music or I'm out, that's what I found when I was in those spaces that was missing. The music, the production is amazing. Yeah. The mastering is beautiful. Yeah. Like when you're hearing it on these humongous sound systems, the songs sound great, but it's missing soul.
But aren't DJs aren't they mostly the producers? Like if you look into it, a lot of DJs are producers
in that space.
They're in that space.
Yeah, in that space, a lot of them produce
DJ
records
Premier.
and then they DJ their own records. But this is what I'm saying. If you're a producer,
yeah.
How can, and you don't like, because I make non-vocal music, right? So my music is strictly instrumental.
Yeah.
How can I play my music when I don't have how do I perform my music if there's no vocalist? Mm-hmm. You got to DJ it.
You have to DJ.
I can't just sit there with my MacBook and press play for you.
Yeah, you have to DJ.
You have to DJ it, right? So how that came about. So with the name thing and the producing, I wanted to remain anonymous. I did not want me being black or where I'm from to have to do with anything.
Yeah.
So initially I wanted it to be like Her or like Deadmau5, where you don't know who I am. Just listen.
It's all about the music. It's not about the person.
You feel me? That was the angle that I was coming from. But then once I had that conversation with my uncle, and the thinking was remain anonymous. So if I'm gonna be faceless, I need a way to attribute my efforts back to me, not just through copyright, but through everything. Like there has to be some type of symbolism or branding, right?
Yeah.
So my name is Marlon Thomas. Yeah. So I was already toying around with the idea of using my initials M and T. Yeah. So I'm like, damn, M and T together sounds like empty. Right. Okay, so then I'm thinking about the conversation that I'm having with my uncle, and I'm saying, yo, what are some things that I would never want to be empty? A big woman thing, when I want my heart to be empty.
Yeah.
When I want my pocket to be empty.
Yeah.
But I was like, this shit doesn't go for a DJ.
You know what? The music to be empty.
So then I'm like, all right, you know what? If I'm a DJ, if I'm a producer, I'll never want my crates to be empty. Then I said, whoa, hold on. That kind of go. Crates never empty.
That's I like that. Yeah.
And that's how the name came about.
Okay.
So boom, now I had a name. I'm still producing music, and I was online, and I got an opportunity from this company in Alberta during COVID. And that was 2020. We roll into the new year. I have put out on Spotify under NVRMT. I put out about 3-4 songs at this time.
Yeah.
So I link with this company who puts a call out for like artists and They're doing a virtual concert. I throw my name in the hat. They DM me back. They're like, yo, we took a quick look at your page. We looked you up on streaming platforms, on DSPs. We like what we see. We would want to make you a part of this. It's like, all right, cool. They're like, all right, we're gonna hit you with the contract, look it over, and we'll be in talks, and let's get on Zoom in a couple weeks. So they send it to me immediately. I look it over. I like what I see. Cool. It's not paid. It's just an opportunity. So cool. I'm like, this is dope. I link with them. I get on the Zoom call, and the talent acquisition woman, she says to me like, okay, cool, we want to book you for an hour. Brothers, I'm looking at this woman through the computer screen, and in my mind, I'm like, do I tell her that I only got like 12 minutes worth of music? Like, you about to give me an hour? Like, what am I gonna do with an hour? So I'm like, shit, okay, I'm gonna just be transparent. So I said, look, at this present moment, I got like 15 minutes worth of music, so I don't need an hour. She says, okay, I feel you, but the sets are an hour long. So do you want it or not? Because this opportunity can go to somebody else who wants it for real. So right now in that moment, I'm like, this is do or die, right? This is the first opportunity I've ever had to like play my music to an audience. I said, yo, fuck it. Yeah, I want it. We get off the call. I sign the documents. I send it to them. They accept it. And I immediately call every friend who is a DJ or DJ adjacent. I call them. I say, yo, I need music like yesterday. I need a controller like yesterday. Help me. So thankfully, everybody who's in my circle, family included, and friends, was like, all right, I got some files for you. I'm gonna email you a folder. I'm gonna send something on Dropbox. Go to this place, ask for this, ask for that. So I went out, bought my first controller. The concert was like 6 weeks away, 8 weeks away, and like every day for like the next 2 months, I just practiced with all different types of genres. And then I did the recording for the festival. I submitted it, they accepted it, and I just never looked back. After that, I started looking for ways to get a residency. Any one of my cousins them was having a little get together, birthday party, whatever, barbecue. I'm like, yo, let me play. And built my confidence, built my resume up. And then I got my first residency in 2023, June of 2023, and that was at Nitro Lounge in Vaughan. So shout out to them for giving me. Shout out to them for giving me my first opportunity, and then it just kept growing. And then months later, then I linked with y'all, right, at the Neon Lights.
Neon Lights, Bless Up Connoisseur Ghost. I'm gonna ask you this because I don't know if a lot of people even ask this question anymore, but I grew up on a lot. We grew up on a lot of music. We got a history with sound. My father's a sound man, same and just like a Bible of music and the different stages of it. Now with music like R&B, you see how certain genre could get killed, like kind of die off. What do you feel about like the lack of love songs? What there used to be a time, the love songs come on in a certain part of the period
party.
of the party.
Yeah.
Does that exist?
They don't kill off parties like that no more, nor do they start parties like that no more.
See, imagine that was a big part.
There was a format. I can't remember or pinpoint exactly when these formats changed. I think it's
you got rid of love song, the thing
specifically to love songs. I just think that the genre changed and how we how we consumed music changed. So now in
A
a
lot.
party, so like there's so many things. So when it comes to now like a party structure, there was always, your old school,
Yeah.
and then it's like I always remembered it being like this. You have your old school, and then as the night progresses, you're getting to more new music.
Yeah.
Until about 12 o'clock, 12:30, and then you're into the heat of the night.
Yeah.
That's prime time.
Yeah.
And from 12
Come on,
to
especially when
12:30.
you're in the club. I remember the club
All right.
night time, people have their drinks. And
Yo, listen,
everybody chill.
12:30
And
is party.
The woman, let's be straight, the woman them are out there, and there has to
Dancing.
be some type of music to come on for you to do your.
All right, so
your
that's
play.
what I've been saying. I've been saying that in my friend group for the last maybe about 4 or 5 years, that like hip hop changed, R&B changed, the music changed, even dance hall.
Yeah, dance hall.
When it got away from bubbling and all that and became more.
Yeah, you can't bubble.
All right.
Imagine that.
So that's why I think parties and clubs were dying here too, because it's like now, even when you go to the party, the music is not conducive to entertaining the other gender.
Awesome. That's true.
There's no kind of music that invites me to dance with you, or for you to give me a certain look, to give me a sign to come approach you.
Awesome.
How'd that go? If the shorties are dancing to drill music and we as men, we're having a little fun dancing to the drill. Me personally, I ain't trying to be bumping shoulders with no pretty woman in heels to no kill music. Yeah, that sounds crazy. It's absurd to me. I want some 2000s R&B. See shorty at the bar. I'm not saying it's like a movie, but you know what I mean? Sometimes you're in a party, you vibing, you singing the song, you look over, she's singing the lyrics too. That's a little vibe.
Music is a big energy. So if you're not having anything for the ladies, right? Or even the man to even approach, like,
it's
let's be straight up. I remember, I don't know about other people, but when you're young, especially even a young teenager coming up, I remember the soundtrack to those times, and those are the times when there's like, your first love and shit. You're listening to, like, I remember Jodeci. I remember listening to Shy, and I'm going back.
Listen,
talk about some baby making music.
No, but that was big as much as hip hop was big.
I don't care what nobody says. Even the hardest killers, they like a R&B song, because
of course.
Listen,
because there's no way you have a shorty in your car, or you vibing somewhere and you're not trying to set the mood. Like R&B sets it, like you said, it's a certain energy.
Listen, as big as hip hop is, because commercially big.
Yeah.
People forget there's a time R&B
was in front of it.
Like, in front of it.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk about that. We're talking about that now.
Yeah.
As much as hip hop was there's this R&B. Remember all the groups, what was out there?
Yeah.
New Edition.
Like you mentioned, Jodeci,
SWV.
Like,
I know there's tons. I can't even name all of them. It keeps going.
Like, it's nonstop. Nonstop. There's too many to name.
What happened?
En Vogue. Like,
what happened to them?
So many.
That's my point. Like where are they?
What the groups
they
or R&B? Which one?
R&B.
I think
you can't even name like 10.
Well,
underground.
Listen here. When it comes to the R&B, I'm just gonna introvert here. When it comes to the groups here, it was all about greed. Okay. You know that they mash up the group them and say, yo, you don't need this person, you're holding the group and all of them thing there. You know how it goes, right? So that kind of killed it too. You know what I mean? It's the ego business. You know?
I think the finance is a big thing too.
Finance is a big thing too with it.
To support one artist is a budget.
It's true.
But now times that by 3 or 4.
That's why you know who benefited from this the most? The two brothers, Casey and JoJo. Were the last commercial.
But you know who was talking about that?
R&B group, Rich. I mean,
you know who was talking about that? And they were a big group. They said that you thought they were getting as much money. TLC.
Oh no, but they were just getting robbed. Babyface robbed them. That was just bad. Like, that was just bad contracts and stuff like that. Like they did dirty, but again, and at that time in the 90s, like, nobody really knew how much money was out there to be grabbed. And the people that did, they were the ones that were, yo, let me sign you, let me like.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't the money's more better than now? Because more physical copy compared to like, wasn't the money's way more better than now?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Those, as you mentioned, is greed, because the people that knew what was going on and how valuable things were the ones that were making all the money. When you find, yeah. So
I'm gonna ask you, how important is it for artists to connect with DJs?
Oh my God,
real important.
Listen,
That's a good question.
Listen, there's so many artists right now. I don't know what they're doing. If I wasn't a DJ and I was just making beats, I would be sending beat packs to EDM DJs, asking them, "Yo, play my thing." Because guess what? There's no better feeling. Like, me and 3 other DJs could all have the same folder, but we're probably all gonna play it different, right?
Yeah.
But there's no better feeling than me playing a record that I know nobody or very little people have.
Okay, so we're giving away some gems right here. So just say you have in the next 4 months 7 events, and you're going to like maybe out of 7, 4 of them you're going to a place like with that atmosphere where the artist could submit something to be played. You're right. Acapella is important.
Oh, that too.
Acapella is important because then I
can make a remix. I can make a remix,
and people
off
be
that.
hearing that.
Yeah. And okay, I'll give away a little, and like you said, gems, right? For the artist showcase that I've done, and I told these artists to their face, make sure that your metadata is put in properly. And I'm talking about like when you right click on your file, whether it's Windows or Mac, make sure that the properties of it are all filled out. And you need to be doing that within your DAW, whether that's Pro Tools, your digital audio workstation, whether that's Pro Tools, Logic, wherever, GarageBand, wherever you are recording, you need to be having your proper data that's input. That's your artist name, the year that it was recorded, all that.
Every time you, whatever you're doing, make sure you put the proper thing.
Put the BPM of the record, all that, because now when I'm doing a showcase and you give me your file and I put it into my DJ program, if the information is not input correctly, sometimes it doesn't read it correctly. Yeah. Or it might be under the title, it might be the artist name, the title of the song, and all the information is not in the right place.
I know what you mean. You have to label it right.
Correctly. So now, like you said, now I have events and people are sending me music. If there's 2 artists and one person put their thing right and the other person did not, take the extra steps, when I'm going through my tens of thousands of songs, and I'm live playing, I'm going to pick the song that looks like everybody else's. I'm not going to play the file that doesn't look like everybody else's. If your name starts with a V and your song happens to be right above Vibes Cartel and you make dancehall music and it's a similar BPM and all of that, and I can put it in there, I have an exclusive. I'm gonna run it.
Yeah.
But if it's not situated right, I'm probably gonna look over it. In private, I might play it and listen to it, but now I'm professionally out. I'm paid to be here. Everything needs to be seamless. I might not take that risk where now,
Yeah, you're right.
You don't have that opportunity. So
a lot of people don't overstand a lot of things, like the DJ, the artists, the promoters, like from music business. When we say the music business, it's all the music business, entertainment, right? I think the big problem with this whole thing is people to do research, whatever they're doing. If you're DJ, you see how you do your research. If you're DJ, it's like how we do media to know like
what's going on and how to engage,
and how to elevate.
Yeah.
Like anything you do, I feel a lot of people don't really take that full step to like. It's like sports. You got to think of like an athlete has to make sure he exercises.
He has to train even when he's not playing.
The game the next whatever 2 days. That's what you have to do with anything what you want. And if you don't do that, don't expect
great results because you're not putting in the work. I 100% agree. And even talking about research, something as simple as if I'm on I can't speak for other people. If I'm on a bill with multiple DJs, if I don't have another booking that night, I'm there at the beginning of the night. The reason being is because not only do I want to hear what everybody else is playing, I want to see the crowd develop. I want to get a feel for the venue. If I've never played there before, now I have an opportunity to maybe meet and speak to the owners.
Yep, smart.
You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. It serves me no benefit if I don't have another booking that night, right? Like prior or after. It doesn't serve me to not be there. And that's why you're running into situations. And I've heard this, it's happened to me, and I hear it all the time. You go to certain types of parties and there'll be multiple DJs and you're hearing the same big record. You know, you might hear Taliban's Tree Time. Why? Because the DJ who just showed up at 12 o'clock or at 1 o'clock, he didn't hear the person play at 11. Right? And not only that, I don't look at other DJs who are good as competition. I've reached out to handfuls of DJs saying, like, you know, can I get on a bill? Can we collaborate? This and that. And I get not wanting to take a risk, maybe on somebody who's new or upcoming. But I think, like, if you, like, I look at it like this. If I have an event and I put somebody on and I'm a little bit weary, but they come and they shell it down, that makes me look good. You know what I mean? It makes me look good. Like, yo, I have this hidden gem and this person is associated with me.
Yeah.
And if they do come and they flop, I still look good because I'm gonna just, you know, save the day and take it over and mash it up.
Yeah.
So I think more DJs who are solidified in the scene need to either, you know, build their own account or open up the door for other people, because we're here and a lot of us are ready.
So what do you feel like is missing right now for like the whole music scene, you know, urban music scene with DJs and artists?
I think
shows.
Everybody has bills to pay.
Yeah.
But music has always been a thing of passion. Whatever you do in music, whether you're a DJ, you're a recording artist, you're a producer, enough people do it for the passion of it. And I think we need to get back to the love of music and not worry so much about a dollar. Because that's what I think is tripping up a lot of these situations. I might not take 4 bookings in on one night. Bro, there's no possible way.
4 bookings in one night.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, in situations like that, how could you possibly be on time for every single one and also give your absolute best performance? You can't.
That's greed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way. There's no way. It's impossible.
It's impossible. He took the words out of my mouth.
So this is what I mean. And it's like, again, going back to the research, you ain't there to see how the party are going.
Yeah.
But now you showing up at 1:30 thinking that you're about to shell. 3 other people played amazing before you got there. But you weren't here to hear what they played. Now, half of the songs that you were going to play, they've already all played.
The egoism too.
And I will say this, and this might be a little bit divisive in the DJ community, but in my opinion, if you are known or you only play one genre, you're still a DJ. But I don't think that a DJ that plays one genre is comparable to an open format DJ.
Yeah, it's true.
Because you guys could send me to any type of event at any time, and I'm going to be prepared to play it. You can't send a hip-hop DJ into any kind of space.
No.
You can't send a dancehall DJ into any kind of space.
Yeah.
You're right, because they don't know, like, don't get me wrong, they know sound, but they're not specialized in that sound.
Speaking of sound, I always talk about this with my brother, going to all types of events over the years. The worst thing to us, because we know sound.
I was about to ask this question. Yeah.
Whenever people, especially showcases, the thing was missing is a DJ, but some DJs are sound man too, right?
Yeah.
Some DJs are sound man too, but don't you think that all these events are missing like someone who knows sound? Like,
well, to be honest with you,
go to these events and I can't hear.
To be honest with you, like, it shouldn't be the DJ's responsibility.
I think a part of it is, but go on.
But I'm just saying, for the venue or the person who's in charge of the event, they should be in control of that.
I agree.
The sound.
I
because it's really not the DJ's job.
Yeah, I agree.
For that, they're just there to DJ.
But it makes me look away. when I'm playing your record off of my board.
Point taken, but
right?
let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
You have all your equipment and everything, right?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And you're good, and everything's all your equipment. But now you're plugging into their sound system, and their sound system's not right. So now it's your responsibility for their sound system not being right.
So this is what I'm gonna say. Again, it comes to preparation and research, right? So I'm looking at it to say, yo, when I show up, I need to show up before the artist. I should be there at the same time or before them. And if I'm an artist, I want to know who the DJ is. I want to talk to the DJ and say, yo, let me do a sound check.
Point taken.
Right? Every show that I do with artists, even if they don't want to, I'm asking you, yo, would you like to do a sound check before we get through this?
The thing is, it's part of your reputation
that
too.
Makes the show. To me, that
don't
makes
get me
show.
You know what I mean? Because as much
show.
as the artist, it's important to them,
Yeah.
but it's important to you as a DJ for your reputation. That yo, I be playing good and all of that. I don't want these artists saying, "Oh, you don't know how to play," or all of this shit, or whatever.
My song.
You ruin my song and all of that. But meanwhile, it's the other way around. You have everything in control, but everything else is not in your favor.
So that's what I was saying about earlier about just like metadata and stuff like that too. If you know you're going to be performing a song, that song should not just be mixed down. It should be mastered.
I know.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's going back to like quality of music. That's what I'm saying. I think there's levels of the responsibility. The artist has to come with a song that is prepared to be performed.
So a lot of the times it's not that.
Sometimes you're coming to me with an MP3. It should be a WAV file that you give me.
WAV file is better.
You feel me? Yes. Every time, but a lot of people don't know that.
You know, because you're a DJ, so I know too because I'm doing.
And I used to record, right?
Recording and stuff. Wave is better than MP3.
Yeah, so it's like, but some of these artists, they just
it's easy for them.
Yeah, bro, they're just trying to get
they don't know
push
about
button thing.
Too much of them don't know. Only certain people who maybe produce really deep into it might know about Wave. Because Wave is the best quality after
of audio.
Of the audio. So like after it's mixed.
When you bounce it out, you mix it, you bounce it out. It's a wave, and then that's what's getting mastered. And when you get your shit mastered, you should get a copy.
Track. That's the whole track you take through another process.
Yeah, exactly.
To amplify it how you want.
Exactly.
I know to master my own shit. I don't go to nobody to master my.
But I'm gonna give a gem away. So for any independent artists that are out there right now, there are online. They're not the best.
Master.
Yeah, but if you need to get your shit mastered, because it's important for radio play. Yeah. It's important for syncs. If you want your song in a commercial,
Lander
is one of them. There's a few of them. Yeah. So for independent artists, get your songs mastered. Yeah. Especially if you're trying to elevate and get to the next level, like get your song on the radio, get your song in a commercial, get your song in a movie, a video game, anything like that.
Imagine these days they don't still. Imagine still 2024. There's still people.
That's what I'm saying. Who think that they could just bounce the song out and then it's gonna be good to go?
You know why? Because in some cases it's been accepted a lot. That's why they feel comfortable putting it out. It's been accepted. The quality's been changed.
I'll be honest. There's been a couple shows that I've declined artists from performing, and I don't even know their situation. Like I don't know like what the contract is on the back end, but like if you're not prepared, if you're not ready at your set time. And the show must go on. No disrespect to you as an individual, but like there's a host here. I'm here.
I like to ask you certain questions about that.
Go ahead.
Like say for instance, they're supposed to go on, but can we change it up? Like the music what I sent you, like I want to change my set. Right? You get that, don't you?
It's not happening. What you sent me is what we're performing.
Yeah, but you say that's what I'm saying. Your rebuttal, right?
Yeah. You're not just adding a song.
But have you had that before?
Yeah, many times. Many times.
And okay, worse yet now. They're on the bill, but they didn't send the music.
You're not performing.
All right.
You're not. I'm not. Yo.
Okay. All right.
I'm not dissing, but you're unprofessional. Okay, you didn't show up to work on time.
Okay. Let me ask you this: if they didn't send you the music, but at least they made the effort to put it on a flash drive.
No.
All right. Then I'm just want to know because sometimes some of these peeps do this.
The problem is with that is like, first of all, let's assume that I have a USB port available. Then. Sometimes I don't, but let's assume that I do. when I plug your thing in now, that's taking up CPU energy from my computer. So as I'm running the DJ hardware, as I'm doing all these other things, now my computer has to draw its
from
power, to pull your songs off of your jump drive, analyze them, because that could put period. And that's why it's not happening. That's exactly why it's not happening. I'm not even gonna take the risk. It's not worth the risk.
At least you put down standards.
Yeah, because you're doing something what's set. So if you put anything to interfere, then do something.
Yeah. Now, God forbid the laptop crash, and we're in the middle of a show. I don't have a backup laptop ready to go. Right? So now I gotta take 3 minutes out of this live show. People are actively here talking, drinking, dancing, hanging out, all that. 3 minutes feels like an eternity. In silence? After music and lights are still going and there's no music?
People start getting rowdy and shit.
I know I would. I'm gonna start talking shit immediately.
Yeah, man.
Immediately, I'm like, yo, I go on DJ. Yo, I'm gonna start going crazy.
Exactly.
No, I'm not nigga though.
But it's true though.
I'm not doing it to diss him. I'm doing it as a joke. But I'm not nigga. I'm gonna start making up beer a whole heap of noise.
Yeah, and then after that, though, everybody else joining in the nice.
And I can't sing, so it's not. I'm not doing no kumbaya. I'm coming for your neck. It's like, yo, wagwan and thing mash up, party done, wagwan.
So, now I'm gonna ask you about your experience, like now with the Toronto, or just in GTA experience. What's your most favorite spot, west or the east?
Wow, that's a crazy question. Okay, I'll say completely. It's two different worlds, and then downtown is its own universe as well. I like. I like the people from both sides. I like the venues in the west.
And East End never really been in none of that.
I'd be outside in the East because I spent some time in the East End. So shout out to Durham, shout out to Scarborough, the whole East Side. And again, for me, I come from an era of basement jams and shit like that. So it's like when I think about the energy, definitely the East End comes with some energy, because I find if you go to a party in the East End, like everybody's there, like, yes, is there an element of danger? Yes, but that's everywhere. But in terms of like interacting with people, Toronto's a screwface capital regardless, but over there on the east side, you could meet people. Like in the West End, I think it's a little bit more clicked up. No one's really trying to like interact with meet new people like that. In the East End, you could still meet some new people and have some different experiences. So I think it might have to give the edge to the East overall.
So, how important is a DJ for, like, people always talk about just the performing, what's called vocal artists. How important is the DJ? Because it's like it seems like people want to leave out.
Well, to me, I think it should be very important because each artist, like, I go by the states. We're students of the states here. All right, I'm just being real. And I grew up on a lot of boom bap like yourself, right? And almost every artist that I know back in the day, they had their own DJ. They didn't have to rely on whoever was there and all of that and everything. Like if they're there, another DJ, okay, look, I'm gonna take over the tools here because I know his sound, I know his set and everything. It's like you're giving the wheel to somebody else, but they know the machine, like their thing
machine too.
You know what I mean? But I know you know it, but they know how they do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good question. How important it is for an artist? Yes, you're doing studio and all of that and everything, but shouldn't you have your own personal DJ?
I think so. If you're an artist, I think so, because that's the person that you're going to be performing with. And
it's a part of your performance too, because now you could the DJ or your personal DJ knows when to break it, do whatever, and switch it up because they know your sets. You get what I mean? Easy as that. So it makes your performance more interesting than lame and the same, right?
Not to mention when that DJ is out doing their own thing on their own circuit. They have 5-10 of your songs that they exactly, and they can come back to you like, yo, people are responding well to this one, make that one your single. People don't really respond well to that one, maybe leave that one off the album, you know what I mean, or off the mixtape, so on and so forth. Okay, give me something that, like we were saying, give me something that's like mixed down, let me test it. Something that's unreleased, like you just left the studio, bounce it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Let me test it at this house party. Let me see what people do. Because if I'm out and I hear a song that I'm not familiar with, if the song, a good song is a good song.
But you see what you just said all of there right now.
Yeah.
You see now, it might not, you be with the artist and performing. You're performing at a jam or a party, and all of a sudden, yo, let me just slip in my artist music in there and see how the crowd reacts.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you're performing, but you're not performing.
Yeah,
you have your
there.
DJ performing your music for you, right? So that's why I'm coming back to the question: how important it is for artists them to have a DJ.
No, listen, it's another outlet. It's a way to break yourself.
Are they looking for that?
No, they're not looking for it because they're looking for the next viral TikTok. They're looking for the next, influencer to use their song in a video. But with DJs, you're getting both. It's a 2-for-1. Because not only am I gonna play it out, but I can also use it now in my fucking social media game too.
That's right.
Right. So if you're concerned that, I want influencers to mess with the song, DJs are influencers.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, yo, what's coming up next for you, man?
Bass Blitz, which is, like I said, the Afrocentric rave.
That's interesting.
Yeah, BB. We're calling it BB, Bass Blitz.
Anything for the summertime or anything? I don't know. Anything pre-booked? Do you know of?
Well, that's in the works. That's happening for sure. And I'm probably doing Wine and Jam Part 2 the end of May, or maybe Victoria Day weekend. I definitely want to do something free in the sense of to attend will be free, but there'll be maybe an option to like buy drinks, buy food.
Okay.
But I want to do something free that just is for us and get my favorite DJs to come and just shut it down. Anybody who sees this, man, I'm always looking to collaborate, to network, especially. So as I'm throwing these events, if you're trying to get on the bill, we can definitely work it out. Shout out real quick to DJ Social. That's basically like, you guys should come and check it out. It's like a DJ open mic in Toronto, in North York. Yeah, every Thursday.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to check out that info for us. You know what I mean? And
listen,
see what up.
I'm over there. I'm over there every once in a while, and I'm always shelling it down.
Summertime, we're gonna be having our own private
Yeah, we're gonna be having our own private things. So yeah, man, you could probably do some of the ones and twos here. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Special guest.
It's gonna be a VIP event. If you're D2E invited, that's how it goes.
Listen, all my shit, and even for y'all, bro, I have mixes online right now ready to go. I'm on SoundCloud, all that. And like, for me, like, for example, last year, one of my goals was to put out 6 mixes for the year. So at least one every 2 months. I took the time as a hip-hop head. I curated a Swiss Beats mix.
Okay.
I wanted to choose a bunch of producers that I liked and then put a mix together of their production. So I'm still yet to do the Pharrell one, but already out to date. I have a Timbaland mix out. I have a Swiss Beats mix out.
Yo, man, put it this way, man. Put it this way. Whatever, like shorts or anything like that, send it our way. You know that we promote. You know what I'm saying? We're more than a podcast. You know what I mean? Straight up. Just like how we be saying with the artist and the DJ, we have to infuse ourselves not only to the pod, we have to be infusing ourselves for the infrastructure. For everybody who's doing the creative side to the culture.
Like tonight we'll be at the Biggie tribute, going on.
Yes.
Where's it at?
That's gonna be downtown. Downtown near Queen Street West. Still, you know what I mean? Biggie tribute.
22nd.
You know, it's been 27 years since he passed. You know what I mean? Straight up good.
That sounds kind of lit.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Plus, it's gonna be a video shoot. You know what I mean? For Valentino, he's gonna be shooting
shout out to
a
Valentino,
music video the same night. You know what I mean? It's gonna be lit and great. You know what I mean? Hopefully, it'll be like a movie.
Nah, it's gonna be a movie because I fucks with Valentino. Shout out to Valentino because in real life, he fucked with one of my cousins, my blood cousins. So after I met him for the first time at Neon Lights.
Okay.
And he touched base with me like shortly after that event. And he asked me if I know somebody. I said, yeah, I know that nigga. Like, that's my cousin. He said, yo, that's one of my dogs, them. And I was like, yo, the world is small. And for me at least, like if you fuck with any one of my cousins or anyone in my network, it's like I already know what type of time you're on. You know? So I was like, yo, that's mad love. I like that. Yeah,
man, that's mad love there, man. So, shout out to Valentino.
You mentioned earlier extra dancehall music too. So what do you think? What's to come for like especially the Toronto scene in that song?
I'll say this: if you're a Toronto dancehall artist, yo, start bootlegging these rhythms. Bootleg these rhythms, throw yourself on these rhythms, Dirty Money rhythm, and I think it's so important to say this. As we're getting back to rhythm culture, people need to start familiarizing themselves with the right names of the rhythm because I see a lot of people getting Dirty Money and Go Go Club.
Well, since you're sorry to cut you off there, but since you brought up bringing up rhythm them and all of that, you know. How's it important that the reggae scene that they should be doing more dub plate then with the DJ then?
Yo, they still do it, but they just want crazy numbers now. It's like, you know, and I'm not necessarily wrong at them because now it's more exclusive than ever. But it's like the last time I asked my uncle because I didn't think he had no dubs and the nigga got like alkaline dubs and all kind of dubs.
Yeah,
I asked him like, yo, how much we talking? And this was maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. And he's like, for a popular artist, you might be paying $5,000 US.
Yeah.
Right. And like, I think it depends on what kind of DJ you are. Cause is it a sizable amount of money? Most definitely. Right. Well, especially if you're Canadian and you convert it like $5,000 US, that's a lot of fucking money. I don't just have it for a dub like that. So if you do though, I think it is a good investment. But again, I think it depends on what type of DJ you are because I'm not a dub plate DJ. I don't clash. Now if I was a clash type of DJ, then dub plates are definitely something that I would be investing in.
That's almost like battle rap and a rapper and thing like that, so that you know the song by them.
And maybe we could talk about this at a later date, but that is something that I would like to organize. Is a sound clash.
Sound clash, and again
a six sound clash.
That's what our pops used to do back in the day.
Right here.
And I already have a structure for how it's gonna go. But like, no, I want to do it on a large. Like,
you want to do it big?
Yeah, like in a theater.
Oh, you want to do it in theater?
He wants to do something like a Juice thing, guy. Sean, you remember Juice? Remember how they had the sound clash of the DJs?
Like a theater.
Yeah, they were like in a theater kind of place, and you had one DJ set up here, one over here, one up here, so one over here, so one over. They're all got like, say now they put the spotlight on this one and this one. They're clashing. Now whoever win that one, they put the spotlight on the next two. Or whoever, it's like it's like that. I see what he's saying. You know what I mean?
Like not only is it gonna, you know, not only is it gonna bring more light to these people, but like, we do a prize money, there's an entry fee, all of that. And here's the thing. We have to have a crowd. The crowd is going to decide who
the
wins.
Crowd is the judge.
You know what I'm saying? Well, there'll be some professional music people there.
But the thing is, the crowd, it will be more influential to the judges, to their decision.
You see what I'm saying? And the winner gets a trophy, maybe like $1,000. And you know what I mean? Off you go. They try and get some sponsors.
Like I said, man, it almost sounds like Juice back in the day. Pac's movie back in the day. The Juice. They had the DJ competition. Same concept, man.
Because there's nothing like that going on right now, and I think there's so much talent, male and female, young, middle age, older. Like I think there's so much DJ
you know
talent.
what? Check this out. They do so-called have the battle leagues, right? But they don't have the DJ battling league or anything like that.
And it's
you know what I mean?
and it's like, bro, there's different. Remember now, there's different type of DJs because you have turntablists, the DJs them that scratch.
Yeah.
You have DJs like me that are like open format DJs, and my thing is I'm about like blending.
Yeah.
Like that's what I like to do. I like to be playing a song and layer another song underneath and have that shit going for like all 45 seconds to the point where you think it's one record and it's not. I'm playing two records same time.
Yeah.
But I did it so seamlessly that you didn't even know until I cut the first record off. That's how I was raised and seeing DJs DJ. You know what I mean? Like I use effects and shit like that, but not heavily. What I find is some DJs use effects to hide their transitions. I'll use effects during a transition, but normally what I'll do, I'll transition or I'll use the effect first to kind of prep you and let you know,
something
shit,
like
something's
this?
Coming.
Wait, something like this?
Yeah, but I'll do that to let you know I'm about to transition.
Or
yeah, or I'll hit you with one of those after the transition, but I don't necessarily do it during. I want you to hear it. That's the part of my talent. You feel me? And especially when I'm jumping through different genres. Because if I'm going through, like I did a party called Feeling Myself a week before Valentine's Day. And it was an amazing party. It was like a fashion show. All kind of shit was going on. But with that kind of theme, and with it being an event that's heavily woman focused, I'm gonna play more things that are geared towards women. So I began my set with like female hip hop artists, and I went from that to Amapiano. So I went from hip hop to Amapiano to dance hall to house music. Or did I go? Basically that was like the roadmap that I went on, and I ended off with house music. But yeah, bro, like anything in these spaces, I think it's important to know who you're playing to do your research, have a collection of music that you're comfortable with, but also have something in the bag to excite people. Because I think the worst is being in a party and you hear somebody start to play a rhythm or start to hear a beat, and you can almost guess like what's coming next. Like, I don't think that should ever be the case. If I have a crate, right, and you guys hear me play it tonight, and then you see me next weekend, I could play the exact same crate, and you will not hear the same play order that you heard me play it last week. Never. It doesn't. There's no way. Because in that week, I'm downloading new songs. I'm finding new blends that sound good. And sometimes when you play a party, you might play the folder by tempo this week. But next week, I'm playing it by key. You know what I mean? And then that's just, low key to high key. But then you can flip the folder upside down. And same thing with tempo. So there's no reason. I don't think there's any excuse a professional DJ could give me to say, oh, that's the reason why you heard me play it the same way twice. Why?
Mind me asking you this: how important it is to keep on collecting music as a
You can't ever stop.
That's a good answer.
You can't ever stop.
That's a good answer, because why I'm saying that, yes, there's new music coming out every day. Yeah. But a lot of the old school, there's a lot of it, right? And you said something earlier, I don't know, but anyway, it's important to have even certain music what's out of your
element. Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just good to just keep on collecting, because nowadays you don't have records, right?
Yeah.
So there's no excuse
not to have. Like,
you should have terabytes of music now.
Yeah.
Right?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But I want to hear this from a DJ. How important it is. You should never stop collecting music.
Yeah, and that doesn't. And I think exactly what you're getting at is not always just new music. Like, yes. Yeah, because I have music. My catalog right now starts in the 1960s, 1970s. Like, that's where, like, if like the earliest year of my music is like 60s, 70s.
Because now, you know why I'm saying that? Because now, if you have all sorts of different music on different time zones and all that, now you could almost cater to almost any crowd.
But that's the point. I want to be able to go, okay, let's just say I go somewhere and it's bigger people like me, and I feel similar want to play. I can't go on there and throw on Skeng. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, you have to play something that's appropriate for the space that you're in.
Right.
And the same thing applies to, I end up at some, whatever, like underground warehouse type situation. But they're like, yo, there's a nigga in here. Yo, let this nigga go on. Let this black guy go on. All right. You guys thought, I'll give you a perfect example. In the same space that I'm telling you about, DJ Social, right? A lot of the weeks that I've been, because I've been going there for months, and that's why I started to draw back. I've reached a point where I'm a big fish in a small pond now. Like, iron sharpens iron, and if I'm one of the best DJs, I got there because I put the time in at home before I started going there, practicing on streaming, practicing at home, which developed my skill, but also gave me like, I know I'm nice. So that's what pushed me into these spaces. Like, let me gauge myself against other up and coming DJs. But once I realized that in that space specifically, no disrespect to somebody that attends, but anybody there will tell you, I am the best DJ there, if not one of. And in my opinion, I'm the best DJ there right now. So if there's no one better than me, who am I learning from? Right? There's no one for me to learn from. So what do I have to do? I have to push myself. The way that I push myself is, if there's 6 of us playing tonight and 5 of y'all are playing house music, why do I need to come on and play house? I've already heard, I've been here all night. I've listened to all of y'all. I heard the transitions. I heard everything, right? The song selections, the song them that I like. Hell yeah, I Shazam them. Because the way that you play it in your set is not the way that I'm necessarily going to play it. So it doesn't matter if we have the same songs. And that's what I'm coming here for. I'm coming here to grow and expand. So with that being said now, most times in those instances, and I don't know if anybody there has figured this out yet, but once I'm there and I see everybody's playing the same thing, I go on and play something completely opposite. If all y'all are playing house, cool, I'm gonna play dancehall. All y'all playing, okay, there's somebody else that came and played dancehall. There's some guys that played house. All right, I'm gonna play hip hop and R&B. And every single time, and most times, I'll play all the genres in my set. 5 minutes of this, 7 minutes of that, 10 minutes of that, 9 minutes of this, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not always cognizant of how long I'm playing each genre, but I'll know in my mind, like, all right, everybody, tonight's a house night. All these people playing house. I'm gonna play everything I want to play, and I want to play Dirty Money rhythm, and I want to play Street Vibes 2 rhythm, and I want to play Chaka rhythm, and I want to hear some Amapiano too, and I want to hear some what's it called there? Some new Nicki Minaj. I want to hear some little Ice Spice too. Just some girls on here. I want to see some ass shaking. Yeah, I gotta play something for them. Nah, I mean, I can't just always play for me. I gotta play for the crowd too.
Well, it's been an honor having you on. You know what I mean? Yo, man, beautiful. I could go on still, but we're getting ready for our next guest still.
We're gonna do a round 2.
Yeah, man. And our next guest is gonna be the one and only Planky Dunn. You don't know, man. Yes, sir. But yo, before we go, let them know where we can find you on all digital platforms, brother.
On all platforms, it is Crates NVRTM. The letters NVRTM. Crates Never Empty on all platforms.
You don't know, man. You heard it here first. Before we go, can you give Down to Earth podcast a shout out, man?
Hey, man, it's Down to Earth with your boy Crates Never Empty. Shout out to Down to Earth for here and forever across the universe.
You don't know, man. You heard it here first from the D2E family, from the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I'll prove this message. You don't know.